Uh, Hi everyone. My name is Salim John Sadiq. I'm from the batch of 1997 History Honors. My schooling is from Mayo College. My 11 and 12 was from Mayo College, and till my class 10, I was in Jermel's Academy, Siliguri. As far as memorable moments are concerned, the best moments I've had in St. Stephen's College is that I made wonderful friends. I was given an atmosphere where my talents could be honed. I was exposed to the world of debating. I was exposed to the world of understanding so many academic disciplines and their significance. Pardon me. And memorable experiences, I have several because we had a band and we had. I'm a very passionate musician, so and Western music was very difficult to pursue in my city of Siliguri, which is in West Bengal, just at the foothills of Darjeeling. So that was very difficult. But in St. Stephen's College, I was given that opportunity, and by the Lord's grace, I also won Talent of the Year, and I had one Best Vocalist, and all these sort of things. And that skill was honed. I was also in with St. Stephen's College. I was exposed to so many different disciplines of the field of debating, the field of interpersonal interactions, how to talk to people, how to be more aware of what things are going on, and filter out information, not just go with the flow, but have your own individual thought process. I feel that St. Stephen's College encouraged that in me. From the time that I was interviewed by Dr. Wilson till the time that I left college, I made wonderful friends over there who are my friends till date. We are all in very close touch. In fact, I'm back in Delhi here to meet some of my friends again. That's why the reunions are things that I don't like to miss. And also, I wanted to help out with this because I wanted to share my experiences and let people know. To answer the third question, is the advice that I am supposed to give to the college students right now. Listen, guys, life is not that hard. Okay. 90% of the situation is you. Are you happy with the course that you've got? Why have you joined St. Stephen's College? Is it the only college that could take you? Does it give you the course that you're happy with? Or you wanted the name of St. Stephen's College behind you? And I will drift into vernacular over here. देखो कभी कभी नाम से फर्क पड़ता है, but generally I feel that काम से फर्क पड़ता है. So it really doesn't matter. But St. Stephen's College has one thing which I will mention. Traveling from school to college is a quantum leap. St. Stephen's College bridges that gap in the best possible manner because there's an air of discipline, but just the right amount. They have an assembly, but interesting assemblies. Dr. Wilson used to give us wonderful little anecdotes. It was not just standing up and talking to them and saying a prayer and this, that, and the other. It wasn't a school assembly, let me tell you. Dr. Wilson was a wonderful principal, and he used to talk about how there were stories about people who are trying to practice the art of Zen, and there was a lot of humor in what he had to say. So, as far as my advice to you is concerned, study your course, get the marks that you want to do, and then do really something that you are passionate about. Yeah, but don't just blindly go into it. If you are going to go into any industry, whether it is in the field of economics or whether it's in the field of science, whether it is engineering, whether it is medicine, whether it is chemical engineering, whether it is architecture, whether it is geography, no matter what academic discipline you want to go into. If you want to go into economics and you want to go for the IAS or the IPS and the Public Service Commission, I really, really don't know all those various abbreviations, CAT, VAT, वगैरह जो भी है. But then do what you really want to do. Because success is not measured by what you can gain materially. If you are doing something that you're really passionate about and you can provide for yourself and your family happily so, and cater to everyone's needs just in the right amount, and that is also a frame of mind. I mean, you can buy a Lamborghini or you can buy a Toto, or you can buy a rickshaw. The point is the vehicle has wheels and it takes you from point A to point B. So you have to look at the practicality of certain situations, and it's a very subjective question to answer because, but yeah, bottom line, do what makes you happy, man. Really, really do what makes you happy, because that's what I've done. I've chosen a line of education. My parents had established a school in Siliguri in 1984. I always knew that I would want to be there. That is why I took up my courses and I studied those things. And regarding the variety of disciplines, I can speak about my brother who did science in his 11 and 12, and then he did a course in hotel management and finally did his master's in English, and after that is now the principal of the school. He was the head of department of Mayo College, Ajmer, in English. I did commerce in 11 12. I took history in St. Stephen's College, and now I'm the bursar of the school that my family has and that we have established. Both my brother and his wife, and my wife and me, and we handle him. You don't know where life will take you. But yeah, in fact, all of my family members, we are really happy when we teach children. So that's what makes us happy. That's about it. Hi, I'm back. Thank you, Anmol, for this opportunity. Now I'll be answering your fourth, fifth, and sixth questions. How have my experiences at St. Stephen's College influenced my career path? Like I said, I mean, the field of debating and interpersonal interactions, the IDG and all that sort of thing, it gave me a complete thing of, how to deal with people. So that's why those are the interpersonal skills and how to deal with that. Like I said, you have to be well informed in order to be eloquent and that sort of thing. That's how St. Stephen's helped, because I was in that atmosphere. Now, if you wanted to be in that category of person who wanted to be active in almost all the societies and all the clubs, you had to be well informed and you had to put in the hard work that is required to. So that work ethic, I think, I developed from there. And skills, yes. I mean, but not exactly St. Stephen's College. There are several people that I met during my college life. I mean, I met some really good guitarists. I met some good singers. Um, I met some good people who are very, very good with finances. So, I mean, some of the maths guys were really, really helpful. Then the various clubs that I was in St. Stephen's College, working as a team, the hiking club, the wildlife club, so on and so forth. And music, yes, I had tremendous. I mean, the very first time I went to a college fest and I saw bands perform, and you began to understand what that entire sound system is all about. So all the groundwork that goes in for a concert and the kind of hard work that goes, getting what a mixer was, what amplification was, all these sort of things. I memorable experiences when I went to this. It was called Coke IIT at that time. So I went there and I saw bands like Chakravyuh and Orange Street and all these bands perform. It was very good. Really, really good. I learned about it. In fact, I was inspired that no, this is something that I must really take up. Standout achievements and pivotal moments in my life, that can range in a whole lot of things. Professionally speaking, yeah, I've grown as a teacher, I've grown as a musician, I've interacted with beautiful people, I have learned various things from them. Sometimes it's at the airport when I've met this Mexican gentleman and he told me how, certain styles of how to play the guitar, and when he played mine, I was blown away. Then conversations with people on the plane, some people sometimes it's on the train. Um, but pivotal moments here is when um, I mean, there are so many. I mean, meeting my wife was definitely one pivotal moment, and the fact that we were focused towards, building our life along the lines of education and my music, and I was very keen on sports, so that was also there. Mm, yeah, I became a teacher, I became a musician, I became a husband, I became a family person, I became. a father, I became a provider, and I've been the president of the Rotary Club of mine. We've done some social service. Um, so looking at those faces, I think those are pivotal moments when I gave them food during the pandemic. Um, then winning the talent hunt of competition back in 2007, where we have an album in Bengali from Saregama HMV. It's called Basto Jibon, which means busy life. It's a nice, cute little thing. I mean, my band was known as MO2 Music Oxide in those days. So, yeah, I learned all that. So, I think that should answer milestones as such. Nah, nah, nah. I mean, I've performed at the NCPA, I have performed at various places in Mumbai, I've jammed with uh, very good celebrities. And because my music was exposed, I had a short stint in Goa where I met some brilliant musicians, and there definitely my music grew. Um, I met some wonderful people who taught me, a whole lot of things about life. Yeah, one thing I'd say that I learned from St. Stephen's College was to listen. In the art of conversation, silence, I think, is the greatest contribution. When you are conversing with someone, when somebody's talking to you, we have a horrible habit of trying to think for them. But when we used to go for the IDG, and especially at debates and informal discussion groups, and when we used to have these meets, when you used to sit in a college room, I mean, I learned, when somebody's speaking and they're trying to make a point, you just listen to them. Don't try and say, oh, so this is what you're talking about, as if though you already know about it. We make this mistake a lot. So I learned how to listen. So there you go. That's questions 4, 5, and 6 for you. I'll come back with the next video. Hey, I'm back. This is for questions 7, 8, and 9. Influence of college education on the current role. I think we've already talked about that. It See, the education and the content of the syllabus, that is one part. I mean, yeah, I definitely learned a whole lot about prehistory and proto-history and ancient history and the Tokugawa shogunate and the Meiji Revolution and Harsh and several aspects of history, carbon dating, this, that, all that. Yeah, that's bookish things. But I think what St. Stephen's prides itself is not just its good results, the very fact that it produces good human beings. There are so many clubs and societies. I mean, there's a debating society, there's a literary society, there's a magazine, there is um, a hiking club, there's the wildlife club, there's the social service league, there is the whole lot. There was a music society which I was a very active part of. Um, so that was an influence of all these things. I mean, being in a position of a follower, being in the position of a leader, given tasks, how to complete them, time management, so on and so forth, asking for sponsorships, stepping out into the world. I mean, a whole lot of good experience. Guidance for future professionals, successful trajectory, what pearls of wisdom. Like I said in my very first interview, it's what you want to do. Are you happy with the course in St. Stephen's? Why did you join St. Stephen's? You wanted the name of St. Stephen's behind you? Did you want the brand? Or did you really, I mean, you were really interested in what the college has to offer just in terms of academic knowledge? That is something that you have to decide, and that unfortunately is a very personal choice. So that's a choice you have to make. You have to decide, if I've got economics honors, this is what I plan to do. I've got maths honors, this is what I plan to do. If I've taken BSc General, this is what I plan to do. I've got the BA pass, the royal course. That's what we used to call it. But yeah, each of them have their own significance and each of them contribute. Sometimes you get the degree because it's just a mark on a paper that, or it helps you check a box when you're filling out a form. But yeah, there are lots of people passing out from several colleges everywhere. But like I said, the atmosphere that St. Stephen's College gives you, that is magical. At least was, I don't know. I shouldn't. I'm not going to say that नहीं हमारे time पे बहुत अच्छा था. ऐसा कुछ नहीं है. No matter what time you attend school or college, your time is your time, and you will also develop this horrible ego that when you meet your juniors and say, oh, no, in our time it was much better. I'm not going to say that because everybody's time is special. So enjoy your time that you're in college, man. Welcome to the new world of independence where you are responsible. Yeah, this is another thing St. Stephen's taught us. Nobody's going to tell you to attend class, man. When you're in school, it's a very protected thing. St. Stephen's College, there's only one thing in college that you get to know. You're responsible for your attendance. So you attend classes or you can bunk them. Nobody's going to ask you anything. But if you're short on attendance, they won't let you sit for the exams. So, yeah, that's one thing I learned. Evolution of industry perspective. Yes, naturally things have evolved because the access to information is become so easy now. So, like I spoke, I think in my very first set of answers, one has to be updated constantly because there are new things they're coming around. What's worse is, and the downside of it is, a lot of wrong information is being passed around. Videos are being edited, and horrible things are being done. I mean, there's a whole lot of mudslinging going on for various people. Any product that makes you happy, there's some other company saying that no, it's bad for you. There's a whole lot of cutthroat going on. It's very dark, and so you have to make your own light in a whole lot of situations in life. That much I'll tell you. And back in '97, yeah, I mean they want mobile phones, man. So I shouldn't. We shouldn't compare actually because you guys have been born into a time. The youth of this generation, you've been born at a time where you already always had access to information on your phone. We didn't. That is why the library made such a huge contribution. We had to go to the library. We had to look at encyclopedias, and that's why we were so dependent on our teachers. Right now, a lot of people, you don't need to because all your answers are already there. Somebody has already solved it. Some Byju's, somebody has already done it for you. So yeah, you have to keep updating yourself. But one thing hasn't changed: the interaction, the way information can be transferred from one human to another, that no machine can replace. I mean, understanding how sad you are, whether you've had a tragedy in the family, or there's a celebration in the family, or there's a situation in your family, or at home, or with your friend, and you're being disturbed, or you're not physically or well, or maybe you're preoccupied with other things on your mind. This understanding does not come from Google. It'll just tell you what's there. But how to use it, how to process it, how to apply it, these are things that only a teacher can do and what college can do. In fact, all lines of education can do. There has to be one instructor. Let's not even call it that. It's a very harsh word to use these days. Let's call it a facilitator. So that's what I'm trying to say. Cheers. Um, do you reflect on your journey? Are there any specific competencies or areas of knowledge you wish you had gained? Yes, I wish I'd learned classical music. I had no idea. I still can't read music. I just play by ear. Then I learned that there were stave lines and so on and so forth. All that I did much later. Had I known, I would have been a lot better at what I do musically. Could you share some insights on the networking techniques? Networking, like I said, interpersonal skills were honed at St. Stephen's College. So, yeah, just walking to an office and pitching something that you want to share with them and asking for sponsorships, that is the biggest thing. And at the end of the day, I mean, that's what you're doing. You're trying to get somebody to take something from you and give you money for it in exchange. Navigating industry challenges and opportunity. I think this is more or less the same. The significant challenge, like I said, yeah, the access of information. Now, people, they don't want to give you time also. Everybody says, "Nahi." This is what I'm not happy about also because all music producers say, no, the people want something new. Why are they still listening to the old songs? I don't get it. And people still talk about P.G. Woodhouse. People still talk about Louis L'Amour. People still talk about J.L. Puma. People still talk about Frederick Forsyth and Ken Follett and all these authors. And some people still talk about Shakespeare. I mean, even now they are quoted. I mean, this entire thing of the corporate world trying to say that no, we want something new. We want something new. Something that I completely disagree with. Yes, if you have something new, then and right now you don't even know how popular you are because everything has become so commercial. I mean, put up this video, for example, not many people are going to watch it. But then after that, if you pay a certain amount of money, then you can say that no, it's worth more than 10,000 views. Even those can be purchased. Likes can be purchased. Thumbs up and comments can be purchased. Bots have been made to compliment you or to criticize you. I mean, it's this is the most significant thing that I've seen. I mean, the impact of social media has become huge. Anywhere you want to go, acha, send me your link. Send me your link. That's what's happening. And this one is a nice question. Um, uh, how did you? Can you elaborate on approach? See, when you want to do something, you make time for it. Don't say that no, I don't have time. That's the worst. I don't have time is the most pathetic excuse that anybody can give. You have to want to do something. If you want to be something, if you want to practice medicine, or you want to practice surgery, or you want to practice a chartered accountant, you want to be a company secretary, you want to be a musician, you want to be a sportsman, or whatever. I mean, you have to work for it. It's as simple as that. There is no shortcut to it. I've said this in my very first set of answers also, that there is no shortcut. And if you really want to succeed and you really want to do well in that field and end up as a person who's got the desired amount of knowledge and can contribute to it afterwards, after your graduation, what? If you're in the line of education, are you going to do your own research so that you can add some more material to the textbook, or are you going to share it and just take classes and wait for your allowance to come home? Or do you want to treat it like a job कि नहीं हम जाके क्लास ले लेंगे and I'll come back home, family is provided for, wife is happy, kids are happy, बस और क्या चाहिए लाइफ में? बीच बाज में take a trip around the world or go around the country, visit Darjeeling, touch the snow and come back. Depends on what kind of a life you want. There is no uh, benchmark, so to speak. That is something that you will have to create. So if you want to do something, you will make time. For me, playing the guitar is never practicing. I'm so passionate about it. Every time I spend time with my guitar or I spend time with music, I'm having fun. So, and they say, oh, Salim, you must be working really hard. I don't look at it that way. It's not work for me at all. I love doing it. I love playing games. That's why I took up martial arts. So I took up karate. First, I used to do taekwondo. Now I took up karate. I liked it. And then I took out time for it. I knew it was helping me physically. I was getting a bit of a paunch. I started working. It helped me burn some fat. I just gained out of it. So, in fact, I liked it so much and I did it so much and I used to work so hard. And my sensei was so good to me and he guided me so beautifully. I have a third degree black belt now. That's not an achievement. I mean, that's just one of the things that you could come by. I mean, if you work that hard, that's what you get in return. I mean, you cook a dish and you cook it well, it's going to be tasty, right? Cook it with some love and a whole lot of attention, and make sure that the vegetable or the meat or whatever you're cooking, that's well washed and clean, and the spices are nice and correct. It's going to come out good, man. It's as simple as that. There is no complicated issue. There's no. I mean, everybody's trying to make this out into a huge thing. Probably everybody overthinks it. That's why they're stressed. If they just deal with life one day at a time and know that, if you stop thinking about your long-term goals and saying that, in the future this is what's going to happen, because you don't know. So just live. Use your now. Use your now efficiently. Automatically, your later will also get sorted out. And if you haven't used it properly, later on you'll know that, I made this mistake last time, and you learn from it. That's all. It's not that hard, guys. Just make sure you have a good time. It doesn't matter. Those names and numbers, they don't matter. You could start as a basic person somewhere, and if your ideas are good and you create your own thing, you will climb the ladder and you will reach the place that you want to be in. Don't say that I want to be like him or I want to be like her. Rocky 5 was the best, I think. Or Rocky 6, I think. The World in on Sunshine and Rain was a speech that Sylvester Stallone gives to his son. I would recommend you watch that. You don't say where you are is because of him or her. I mean, if you want your worth, go out and get your worth, but don't blame anybody else for it. It's not how hard you can hit, how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward. That's how winning is done. I love that quote. And there's another poem. It's called Invictus. Please read it. It's a wonderful poem. I am the master of my fate, I am the captain of my soul. It matters not how straight the gate, how charged with punishments the scroll. I am the master of my fate, I am the captain of my soul.